What is BGP plus SPF in the data center? Is it replacing BGP Best Path Selection decision with SPF? If it's doing that, which part of the BGP is used in this protocol, BGP plus SPF?
As usual, we'll take a step back. 3 years ago, we started to look into what's needed to be done for data centers. Both link state protocols had severe limitations with regards to flooding because data center is densely connected graph, so everybody is flooding to everybody. And in reasonably large graphs, it creates a problem and constantly churning stuff and updates that's waiting in the queues. So it didn't really work. So this led to kind of publishing of RFC 7938, which is BGP in large GC by Piotr Lopuchow and a number of other folks. And it practically became a standard in data centers. So most people who deploy a protocol for underlay today would deploy BGP. And the design is really based on this RFC, and it's great work. Actually, we published it in a routing working group. Kudos for us. So what happened back then, we kind of came together with a number of hyperscalers. So Yandex participated in this work. Piotr Lopuchow participated, who is now at Facebook, some other people. We published a requirement draft. So what do we need a routing protocol to be, to look like, to scale like, in order to be able to address large data centers. So we published 00 draft that stated 00 and expired. You can still find it online. So it defines kind of scaling characteristics, some other things. And as end result, two solutions came out. One of them was Rift, which I'm a chair of. So another work is LSVR. This is how LSVR became the working group. So if you look at LSVR, what it does, it uses BGPLS. So it's not just BGP unicast, it's actually BGPLS. Traditionally, BGPLS was only used as a transfer. You transport your IGP data from a router to a controller. What LSVR does, however, not only uses BGPLS and additional SAFI, that's BGPLS SPF, to transport this data across nodes, it also uses SPF to compute the best path. Best path selection in BGP has been completely replaced by SPF. So SPF alike. Dijkstra.
So we don't have local pref, ASPet, origin met, etc. anymore.
Yeah, so what you have, all the goodies of BGP, so it's TCP based, with retransmission and TCP security, you've got incremental updates.
What you will do with the loop prevention? If it's not ASPet?
It is active, it's still BGP.
Still BGP, ASPet is there, but and for the loop prevention, it will be used?
BGPLS, if you look at, it gives you pretty much LSDB, it's just encoded differently. It gives you all the nodes, all the links, all the prefixes. So internally you represent, it's different than LSDB of classical protocol, but data is exactly the same. You've just replaced IGP by BGP.
Okay, but now loop prevention, for example, is done by BGP's own ASPet attribute.
So since you're distributing your link state, your Dijkstra is in charge of computing loop prefixes, right? So you use exactly the same algorithm you would use in OSPF or SIS to compute a loop-free path to the destination. So it's not based on IS path anymore. It's based on Dijkstra.
Cool. Okay. Because in the first, when you said ASPet still there, so I thought it's also used for the loop-free path, finding a loop-free.
No, it's not. Okay. Since IS path is a mandatory attribute of BGP, it has to be there. But it's not used to compute loop-free path. So you've just replaced phase 1 and 2 and 3 in BGP Best Path Selection by running Dijkstra. This is the replacement.
BGP interesting. Whenever we use it for some reason, we are playing with a lot. Oh, it reminded me a lot of things. BGP Security Confederation. For example, in Confederation, we are using BGP ASPet attribute for the loop prevention, but not for the best path selection, interestingly.
There are two documents. One is kind of core spec of LSVR. Another one is applicability statement to LSVR. They explain the logic, the use case. There are actually, some of them are really interesting because it's applicable not only to data centers, but also to service providers. You could combine BGPLS as the kind of controller API and BGPLS SPF as reachability distribution protocol. So
couple
if you are
questions.
into this kind of stuff, it's pretty interesting. I would really advise you to read it. It's a well-written document as well.
Couple questions now. For the BGP plus SPF, when we say that BGP, actually BGP LS plus SPF.
Yes.
Okay.
So the address family is, the IP is BGP LS, the SAFI is BGP LS SPF. So only the SAFI has changed in order not to kind of not to break BGP-LS. So they
Uh-huh.
use different socket because there are some additional attributes.
And
So
another
now there's been
question.
a lot of testing and some deployments. And again, if there's more interest, we can invite Kiyo, and he will be happy to tell us what's going on.
Okay, a couple questions. LSVR. In LSVR, do we have only BGP plus SPF or any other work in LSVR?
There's some work that's going on auto discovery.
Another question. For the Rift and the LSVR, we have two different working groups, right?
Yeah.
Rift RFC is not published yet.
No. So both Rift and LSVR core specs are in ISG review. So it will take a number of months for both specs to be published.
And for both,
From implementation perspective, Rift has been implemented on Juniper and shipping. There's also a Python-based package that's working. On the LSVR side, there's Arcus implementation. I think Nokia was doing something. I'm not sure.
any real-life deployment, are you aware?
You should talk to vendors who ship it.
Okay.
It's not mine.
Okay, got the point. Maybe they can answer when they join.